Hello, my name is Emma and welcome back to It Gets So Lonely Here, the final part, I hope. So, in the past, we drowned, we got buried alive, and then we got eaten. That's the best part. I love getting eaten. And now we've reached the point where we're giving up. We're like, yep, there's no other option. We've already died like 3 times, so what else is there to do but give up and I guess meet our pursuer. Let's go. So, you've come back here, have you? That does not come as much of a surprise. Though presented with 3 potential paths, it is not as though traversing any of them would have any particular impact upon your ultimate fate. In the end, you were always destined to return here. Did you really think that you had a choice? How hopelessly naive of you. I thought you were smarter than that, you silly, silly fool. I've met you at all your ends. Your breath, which once escaped your lips in sharp, ragged gasps, is now on the verge of petering out altogether. Oh, so I guess we're suffocating again. Your lungs feel deflated as though they've been punctured. Your blood is rushing through your temples in a heady, overwhelming surge. Your stomach, meanwhile, has twisted itself up into knots. Your body feels heavy, your legs in particular. They no longer wish to obey you. Well, I guess it's time to take him out, you know. You're just gonna cut him off. You take a stumbling step forward and your foot gets caught in a tree. It's not like I need my legs to go forward. I can just use my arms. I mean, I'll get like real buff arms if I do that. You are certain that you passed this route once already and that you sidestepped it, but now not anymore, you silly, silly fool. But perhaps your memory is beginning to fail you, just like the rest of your body. Oh, CG already? Oh my god! You gasp, surprised, and pitch forward, dull and senseless like a sack full of potatoes. Yeah, just like your emotions, bitch. How could you be so mean to me? Your arm hits the ground with a crack, one which makes you cry out in pain. Tears begin to beat on your eyes, wet and salty. Tears which you cannot stymie. I know that word. It means you can't stop them. Or like step, halt. It means you cannot stop crying like a little bitch. Okay, got it. It's okay though. We're allowed to be a bitch because we're in a situation where we're being chased. You are not as resilient as the gravedigger, nor as carefree as the princess. If you lived underwater like the mermaid, then nobody at the very least would be able to tell you were crying. But you do not, and I can. Yeah, because you're a little mean. I mean, you could just not look. Believe me, I can. Your arms ache dreadfully, but at least you can still feel it. Your poor feet, meanwhile, have gone quite numb. You would try to stand had you the energy, but you know, as you sit there, dazed, that would be a futile effort. You cannot stand, not any longer. That's why we start crawling with our arms. Arm day today, guys. It hurts too much. You really have been through a lot tonight, haven't you? I fear I have not been very kind to you. I mean, we all knew that already, did we not? We all knew that. But you ought to be accustomed to hardship. Well, I don't need to be. It's a little mean then. Why then? Are you crying? Well, maybe it's because you're a little mean. You've always been a crybaby. That's why they teased you so much. It's because they knew they would be guaranteed a reaction. You're very predictable. Even now, after you tried to borrow my power for your own purposes, you have not changed at all. As you sit there, sobbing, you hear, or you think you can hear, footsteps approaching you. There, to your right, is the snapping of a twig. To your left, the telltale rustle of leaves. Your every sense feels razor sharp, honed to a knife's point by anxiety. You're so panicked, you feel as though you're going to be sick. Well, I mean, we're already going to be seen for everything anyway, might as well puke, you know? If you want to vomit, then why not? There's no shame in it. Yes! Vomit solidarity or something. I stand by people that puke. There's nothing here to judge you. nobody but me. I've always been here, you know. I will always be here, no matter how fast you try to run, or how far. Did you really think you could escape me? Poor, sweet child. Poor little fool. I did tell you, did I not? A contract with a witch is binding. No amount of physical distance between the two of us could ever sever it. I told you I would not let you be lonely, and I meant it. But I have had rather enough of these little games. It's time for me to collect my collateral. Oh, the witch? Not as good as the princess, but the design is very different. I quite like it. Connoisseur, I see the bones. They're so very nice. She reminds me of a skeleton, but not. A soft gasp escapes your throat as you feel arms wind their way about your back. Naturally, you know whose arms they are. They're mine. I've been watching you all night, but this is the first time I've reached out to you in so direct a manner. Did you not expect me to be so forward? I can hear your heart fluttering in your chest. It is beating very quickly, like a startled rabbit's. Your breaths are short and sharp. It is a cold night, and though I'm holding you, you're still shaking. I wonder why. Her arms are kind of tiny, though. I feel like I could just stick them out. I wish you would not tremble so. Everybody fears the unknown, but we are not strangers. We have spoken before, have we not? When you first called me forth from the ether, using that book you found in the library. You were desperate enough then to turn to the occult for help. Yeah, but this occult is kind of mid. I kind of wanted like the demon lord maybe, where they could like set fire to the world. You pleaded with me to use my magic for your behalf. You begged me. You implored and you entreated and you wheedled and you whined, and though I had some reservations, you forced my hand. I can force your hand away from me right now, bitch, if I tried. I had no choice, not in the face of your desperation. You did not want to be lonely anymore. You wanted to have a friend, somebody who would always be there with you, no matter what. You wanted somebody to love you. It is not what you demanded of me. Is that not what I have given you? Well, you see, if I'm dead, technically, like, the soul isn't there, so I'd say, no, you got it wrong. You might think me wicked, but I think you're being awfully cruel yourself to run away from me after I made all your wishes come true. I did think, you know, about punishing you for running away from me. I thought about poking out your eyes so you might never see anybody but me. Well, you see, that's a little flaw in your logic, witch lady, because, I can't see, period. Like, my vision is already bad. I thought of cutting off your long, lovely hair so that nobody might ever think you're beautiful but me. Well, I mean, shave her bald and I think she'd still look pretty good. I thought of breaking your legs so that you might never be able to escape from me. I have arms! Have I not already said that? I thought about all these intriguing ideas over in my mind, and I am a merciful wish, though. Though you hurt me, I did not wish to hurt you. Well, I mean, you're talking about hurt in a different way, right? You're psychologically hurting me, but not physically, so that technically is still kind of shitty. You asked, after all, that I love you, and that is what I did. I've drowned you in my love. I've buried you beneath my love. Well, see here. Did you eat my love then? Did I eat your love? I've swallowed you with my love. Well, I guess you did, man. I mean, was that really you? Was that you the whole time? I'll never know. You've always been a sad, lonely girl. One who has been starved of affection. Nobody has ever cared for you. Your life has been a barren, empty wasteland. One devoid of any fonder feelings. That's why I had to drown you, you see? That's why I had to bury you. It's why I had to swallow you. I kind of wish she, like... I'm assuming, like, she encapsulated... She was basically the other characters, just in different forms. I like to assume that she opened her mouth like a snake and swallowed me whole in the princess room. In the end, I was doing you a favor. I was doing it all for you. Well, why didn't you just give me 3 ladies? I could have had a harem. In that case, you are very lucky. Do you know that? There are few people in the world who have had the privilege of being loved to the brink of insanity, quite like this many times in one night. There are few people in the world who can claim to have been loved by a witch. Loved past tense? So you're saying you don't love me now? I took English and I was the analysis master in English, in which I overanalyzed and my teacher was like, no, you're wrong. And then I never spoke again. You've experienced so much love, it ought to have slaked even your unquenchable thirst. You know now what it feels like to be adored. I have more than upheld my end of the bargain. Now I think it is time that you do the same. From this night forth, you and I will always be together. Then I shall be able to love you endlessly. You will never be lonely again. Oh, that's the end of it. I see. Well, let's see actually if there's much else. If I hit... Oh, well actually no, that should be the end, because if I hit... Well, let's see if I hit start. Like, will anything happen? Okay, we're running. Oh, interesting. So I didn't read it for you guys because I didn't think I needed to. But... And also I didn't quite remember until it reached that point. But it seems that if you start the game again, she's just like, oh, you're trying to escape from me? Well, we've been through this game before. But I'll indulge in you and we can try again. That kind of thing. That's pretty nice actually. Oh wait, did I see the word twice? You've put all your effort into running forward. Okay. Let's see, is there anything? Okay, no, this is just what it is. You want to discover anything new, you know? They won't deviate from the path. But no matter, I shall provide it for you. Go ahead, you throw your life away again and again. Okay, a little rude. But let's see. Okay. Okay, so basically I think it's just the same, guys. I think it's just the same. We're going back to the main menu. So let's see the extras. Is there anything in the extras? I accidentally clicked the credits. Hello, people. Oh, Twiggo. Gallery. So we've got all these pictures. This is from Mermaid. Got buried alive. And then page... How did I hit page 2? Oh, next page. Oh, there's an ending I don't have. Interesting. Interesting. I'm kind of curious on how that last ending would be gotten to. I'll be back. Let's just see how that goes. I just realized it took away all my save slots. Oh, interesting. So I just resisted against the mermaid one. I skipped through basically all of it. And it says, your fate is in your hands. At least that's what you once thought. And you and I both know, however, that this never was the case. Not now that you belong to me. How much longer can you keep resisting? I wonder if I reach the end again. I'm just gonna skip through it because it's a lot of reading. And we'll see actually if there's an actual, like, change by the end of this. Because I hope there is. Oh, okay. So we just did the fight against your fate for the Gravedigger one. We're just going down the roll. I hope that this actually does lead to the true ending.
My, this is certainly unexpected. I had rather thought after everything you've been subjected to, you would no longer wish to continue this farce. I'd fully prepared for you to forfeit yourself at long last to my loving embrace. I was ready to embrace you, should you so desire it, and cradle you with my unassailed affection. But it seems you're not ready to submit, not quite yet. Being buried alive twice over is not enough to diminish your determination. You still wish to fight against me, as if you have any hope of succeeding. Your efforts are all futile, do you not know that? I'm far, far stronger than a skinny human like yourself could ever even begin to contemplate. You would be better served if you gave in, but perhaps I have not loved you effusively enough. Not just yet. I must beat it into your thick skull so you learn. Will you listen to me then? I only want what is best for you, you know? Hurting you hurts me too.
That's a fucking lie, and you know.
But if that's what you want, so be it. Let us go back to the beginning once again.
Your fate is in your hands. Come on. We're gonna look. You might say it will not work, but I think it will work. I believe. Third time's the charm. Princess is on my side, bro. That baby was a low-key jump scare. Alright, so this is the last one. Fight against your fate. Hopefully third time's the charm. Third time in the second time. Second time's third time. It's the princess one. I like her the most. Hopefully she's the charm.
Oh, you wish to keep going, do you? That is impressive, given that this is the second time you've been devoured so heartily. Of all the demises you have experienced, this one is the most gruesome.
But I mean, I like the character the most.
If you had been tired of these repetitions, I would understand. I am not the wicked witch you might think I am, and I would be willing to show you mercy should you want it. But I can tell you do not want it. Goodness me, you're stubborn. Why, I ask you, do you continue to fight? There's no escape for you, you know.
But I can believe hope is on my side.
I will never let you leave, no matter how you struggle. But very well, let us go back to the beginning once again. Fate is... You have to know how far this was new in case you still belong to me. I'm not going to let you go away, not that easily. Doesn't matter where you go, I will always find you. I can promise you that much.
Well, give up.
There, you see? Are you happy now? I told you there would be no use in repeating this night, yet you failed to listen. You've been drowned, buried, and consumed once more, and for what? Did you feel as though you've made any progress in your attempts to escape me?
I mean, I got more dialogue. That was pretty cool.
Once again, you find yourself at where you were at the end of your last foray into the forest full of nightmares. You're kneeling upon the ground, your feet aching, and perhaps they're bleeding, your skirt torn and tattered. You try to inhale, but it hurts. You feel as though your lungs have been punctured once again.
Oh! Wait. This is a bit different. I don't think they mentioned the embroidery scissors last time. They just mentioned scissors. The embroidery scissors, I think, were mentioned in the princess route. And that's when the other student accidentally stabbed our main character with the scissors.
When you swallow, you can taste salt upon your tongue. You blink, but it's so very dark in the woods you fear you cannot see. And there's a heavy, leaden weight upon your shoulders. Feels as though someone is shoveling soil upon you. Your body is cold, as if it has been sapped of all warmth. Your blood, which ought to flow through your veins, feels as though it's been frozen. That, or as if it's been purged from your body altogether, in rust-red goblets. Gobbets? Have you not had enough of this now, silly thing? I'm saying this for your sake, you know, just as much as I am mine. Though I might have trapped you here hence, I did it only because I care for you. I want only for you to realize the folly of your ways. Now cease your foolish attempts to escape. They will accomplish nothing save searching your mind beyond its limitations. It has already, I fear, been stretched thin already. Humans are not designed to die, not as incessantly as you have. One death would be enough to finish most of your kind off, yet you've endured 6 of them. You do not want to go through that again, do you?
Well, see, I'm sadly experiencing what's called I'm actually not her. So, like, if you make me, I might go through it a 3rd time, because they do say 3rd time's the charm, or if you total it, 9th time.
Then do not run from me. Let me console you. Let me embrace you. Let me love you. What do you say to that?
Boys. Guys. Friends. It's a ... and you know what that means? A choice. I'm choosing.
Cat got your tongue? Hmm? Well, no matter. You will not need your tongue to speak while we are together. It is an, unnecessary appendage, however, might you wish one day to whisper sweet nothings to me. I am an all-powerful witch, after all, and I can heal all your thoughts. You know, I know what you were thinking.
Well,
yes, that is right. Silence is golden, as they say. You do not need to speak. You do not need to blink. You do not even need to breathe. Now that you are finally mine, I will cut off your tongue, and I will pluck out your pretty little eyes, and I will...
it's a choice. Oh my god. No to whatever you've said.
I beg your pardon? What was that, dear one?
Fuck yeah! We stand against the witch! I said no. We stand for consent in this community, and we will get our consent. I am not your dear one. I never wanted this.
What? You would defy me still? After all you've endured? Were 6 deaths not enough for you, you gluttonous girl? Do you wish for more?
Well, I just wanted a friend. Like, let's be real. I didn't want to be lonely. Like, you're going a little far for a friend. But you ensnared me, and that's a little sus, you know? You tricked me.
Well, I never. What bold accusations. They are not true, though, you know. They are bald-faced lies. I did nothing of that sort. My name might begin in a similar fashion, but I am not Mephistopheles. I'm very upfront. When we first met, I said if you wished to make a contract with me, it would cost you. It is your own fault that you did not listen. You accepted my terms, and now you're paying the price. Now, if you will come to me, my dear...
No, I am not your dear.
Really now? This has all become rather tiresome. I would insist that you cease this childish outburst at once, or else...
Or else what, bitch? Yeah, or else what? What are you gonna do? You need me. You want me. And I'm saying no to you. Will you cut off my tongue? Will you pluck out my eyes? You already stole my name.
She took my name.
No wonder we don't know her name. To be fair, we don't know anyone else's name. But no wonder.
But it's coming back to me. What? No. That should be impossible. You gave your name to me. You gave your soul to me.
Well, you can't get that without consent.
You pledged your heart and your body to me, and now
I want them back. Give it back, please. Thanks. I'm politely asking while I am. Hope I don't sock you in the face. I'm tired of these games too. Media.
You remember my name?
I do now, bitch. You called Media, and I am...
No, stop it.
I'm called Rosette. Actually, she does look like Rosette. It's a pretty cute name. And her hair is pink.
It can't be.
I knew you were stubborn, but... Yeah, I learned how to be stubborn after all those deaths, bro. I'm used to being bullied. You're just like the others. Oh shoot. She got the You're a Mob character role now. I'm not afraid of you anymore. You took everything from me, and now I'm taking it back. It's not like she has anything to lose at this point, too.
No, you can't. Rosette, please, don't go. Don't leave me. We made a contract, you and I. You said that you wanted a friend, and I promised to be that friend. I promised that I would always be there for you. Do you really mean to abandon me?
Well, that was the general idea.
And what of me? What am I supposed to do?
Well, it's not my problem, is it? You? Well, you can rot for all I care.
What? No, Rosette. I call after your retreating back, but you do not heed my words.
Oh shit. She can't reach us now. Because now we are a you, and we are a you away from her.
You do not turn your head. Once it was you who knelt in the dirt, your clothes tattered and torn, your dignity alongside it. You were so vulnerable then, and you were so very, very beautiful.
I mean, she did love you at your worst, but I guess she couldn't love you at your best.
In a perverse way, however, I think you might look even more beautiful now than you're walking away from me.
Never mind, she loves at our best too. I mean, I respect that.
That is a thing you humans say, is it not? You never realize just how much you value something until you no longer have it. It does not hold true in my case, however. I knew you were a precious find when you first summoned me. Your fiery determination, even in the face of extreme hardship, endeared you to me. I thought you were really noble. How you survived for so long in an environment which was so very hostile. For a human, I thought you were remarkable. That is why I decided to form a contract with you. I thought, with a human like you by my side, my own life of empty, endless wandering might not be so lonely. Oh, goodness me. I must be growing sentimental in my old age. Now, you are not the one upon the ground. It is I. I could keep calling for you, but I know it would be no good. You will not turn back for me now, and not when I have caused you so much suffering. I did not mean to hurt you, though. I truly did love you, albeit in my own way. In the end, however, I suppose the love of a witch was too much even for you to endure. Now, there is nothing but the milky moonlight and the trees which jut out of the earth about me. They look like monuments built in the honor of a foreign god. They look like nothing from the world you knew, Rosette. Because they are not of your world. They are of mine. Now you have fled from me, like a bird let loose from its cage. I fear I will never see you again. I will be on my own in this forest for all of eternity. Or until another silly little girl with stars in her eyes and dreams in her heart summons me once more. It has happened a handful of times in the past. It might one day happen again. Until that day, however, I will lie here among the foliage and fog, and I will close my eyes. I will let myself dream, and enrobed in the undulating mist, I shall think to myself.
Oh? True ending? True ending? Well, guys, that was... It gets so lonely here. If I'm being honest, I think around the midpoint, I was a bit tired with the dialogue, okay? This game I've played for what, like 2 months now maybe? And like the dialogue is, to me, just the personal opinion, like it's very fanciful, very fancy basically. Why am I saying fanciful? I've been influenced by the dialogue. But it's hard for me to read because my brain is very bad at reading. So it wasn't for me if I was reading it. But it gets to this this point, and I was like, oh shit, you know what? I kind of love that. I love the premise. I love what's happened. It's just the reading part which is the trouble for me because there's a lot of dialogue, and I think the sentences go on a bit too long for me personally to like breathe, or like breathe is like I'm drowning in vocabulary, but like it's a little hard. But once I've reached this point, I really like it. I think it's better personally as a game to be played that's not like read aloud, or maybe a game with your friends. Like you're playing it with your friends and they're like taking the voices of the other characters, so you get a chance to like, you know, take a moment to breathe, to like just take a moment to like soak things in. So yeah, the end, I love the end. I love the moment where like it's the ... and you're like, oh, it's the choice for the first time, and then it leads to the no. Like the first time that you're able to make a solid choice. And I've mentioned this before, I saw before that in the comments of the game, they were like, oh, this is a game where in the end, like not in the end, but throughout the game, the only main reason why you don't speak is because it's supposed to give the illusion that like you don't have a choice. But when you reach the end and you do have a choice, it's so much more impactful because it's the first time our character has had a dialogue option. Even if it's, in a way, it's not a choice because it's like a standalone line, but like we are not her, you know? She made her choice and we were there to witness it. And in a way, I guess you could say we are like the witch, but we're also like a step back from the witch, because in that moment where she says no, like I'm not the witch, I'm not going like, no, she's leaving. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go girl, say your shit. So yeah, I actually really like this game. I thought I wasn't gonna like this game around the midway point, but now that I've reached this point, like the ending, I really like the game. I like how it's progressed, and the fact that I was allowed to skip through like the 3 redos, okay, like that helped a lot. So yeah, it gets so lonely here. I would recommend it, not for reading, not for saying out loud, but for playing it like as an individual, alone maybe, just not a lot of reading. Don't take most of the brunt of the reading, because if you're a person that doesn't speak a lot like me, you can already tell like I don't speak often that much anyway. If you're a person that doesn't speak a lot like me, it's a tough battle. So play it with your friends, play it alone, who knows? Do what you want actually, who am I to stop you? You have a choice, just like the girl in the story. So that's all for this time. I'll see y'all next time, bye bye!